O God above, send down a dove with a beak as sharp as razors, and slit the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors. This dirty town has been my home since last time I was sailing, but I'll not stay another day, I'd sooner be a whalin'. O God above, send down a dove with a beak as sharp as razors, and slit the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors. With me new-found friends, me money spends just as fast as I am winking, but when I make to clear the slate, the landlord says keep drinking. O God above, send down a dove with a beak as sharp as razors, and slit the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors. When the crimp comes round, I'll take his pound, and his hand I'll be a-shakin'. Tomorrow morn sail for the Horn, just as the dawn is breaking. O God above, send down a dove with a beak as sharp as razors, and slit the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors. Yes, for one last trip from port I'll ship, but next time back I'm swearin' I'll settle down in my hometown. No more I'll go seafarin'. O God above, send down a dove with a beak as sharp as razors, and slit the throats of them there blokes what sells bad beer to sailors. Hanging from a tree limb, my waiter's dried in campfire light, looking like a half man, standing silent, my visitor for the night. An east wind came in, charging the embers, sparks in my side. I got this feeling from just outside the fire's glow. When I looked around, my calm was broken, I wasn't alone. The smoky light revealing someone in my waiters, no skin, just bones. Hoped I just was dreaming, looked to reason for this fright, but my eyes were open. This was no figment of the night. My senses were reeling at what was in my sight. Just me and it, not more than 1 yard away, fixed in my boots, some demon angler that left his grave to haunt my wits. How long would this specter stay? 1 second seemed eternal, while this nightmare stayed with me. What would happen next? That ghoulie started reaching out for me. Sure, this was my end all, but the suspenders kept him from grabbing me. It kicked and twirled, stretching the straps up and down from off of that branch. Like a puppet gone mad, it danced around. And as it whirled, the branch gave way, it crumpled on the ground. There in a heap lay my waiters filled with bones, except for its skull rolling towards me as it moaned. Stopped at my feet, across its face the moonlight shone. With a swift boot, I sent it sailing into the trees, screaming as it flew when that pile of bony debris, rattling as it stood, charged off for its head, leaving me. The night dragged on. The woods were silent, not a sound. My fire burned out. Clouds crossed the moon and darkened the ground. I waited for dawn, alone in the dark. I sat spellbound. The first bird sang as the sun began to color the sky. The air was fresh, the strangest night I had survived. To my feet I sprang, the dead stayed dead, and I was alive. No need to overstay and tempt another hellish scare. I grabbed my gear, then took a look back over where those waiters lay. I figured I'd just go get another pair. I am a weaver, a Carlton weaver. I am a rash and a roving blade. I will wander where I wish to, and I'll follow the roving trade. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Well, I walked out in the Galway city. Nancy whiskey I chanced to smell. I walked in, I sat down beside her. 7 long years I loved her well. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Well, the more I kissed her, the more I loved her. The more I loved her, the more she smiled. I soon forgot my parents' teachings. Nancy soon had me beguiled. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Well, I tried to rise one morning early to slake my thirst, it was my need. I tried to rise but was not able. Nancy had me by the knees. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. So come all you weavers, you Carlton weavers, come all you weavers, where'er you may be, beware of whiskey, Nancy whiskey. She'll ruin you like she ruined me. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy, oh.